Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This statement might surprise some people. They might be a little skeptical about it. And if that's the case, I understand. But I actually like when I get rebuttals to videos I make. I like counter arguments because even though I try to argue my point, sometimes more effectively than others, I am somebody that loves learning from you as much, if not sometimes even more, than you do from me. And when I was calculating what I thought the guaranteed value of greater banquet crystals were, especially when you factor in the points you get for both solo and alliance milestones for purchasing them and opening them, I believe for people who are on a budget, and if you're not on a budget and you're going to buy whatever you're going to buy, I appreciate you watching my videos, but it doesn't really apply to you in the same way it does to somebody who, say, can only spend between $10 and $50 this month on the game. You know, that's an entirely different situation than somebody that's going to buy up every offer they want to buy. And then, of course, if you're free to play, then I appreciate you watching this. But if it costs $10, like the Platinum Piggy Bank does, then you're just not going to open it. With that being said, we have a rebuttal that's a fantastic, the kindest, most impressively worded message that I was sent when I was going through my messages after arriving in Texas late Saturday night. And I thought, this deserves a video. And I'm not saying you have to agree with me or him. You can agree with either of us, both of us, whatever. But this is how you reach out to somebody. I mean, it's really nice. So, again, I did a video about the new Platinum Piggy Bank you see here on your left. Now, if you spend $10 and you get every crystal that is checked next to you, and I had to take a screenshot of this before it reset because I did not purchase it. As you can see, I've not purchased any of these. I've put my money literally where my mouth is, and I'm saving the cash for Wednesday, which is when I anticipate the same offer for the last 2 years will come back, and they'll say for $50 American, which is a good amount of money. I'm not saying it's not, but you get $100 worth of greater banquet crystals. You get 10 crystals for $50. Now, if you are a free-to-play player and you just spend units, you might not look at that as half off. But if you spend cash, it is half off, minus 100 units, I guess, technically, because you get 3,100 units for $100. Because you're getting $3,000 worth of crystals, or excuse me, $3,000, 3,000 units worth of crystals. Can you imagine it was $3,000? That'd be so many crystals. 3,000 units worth of crystals for $50, plus the exchange rate difference in your country, like Canada or Australia or India, and taxes. But with that being said, let's say that you bought all 10 of these. Let's say that you got 60 fabulous crystals, and if you are Paragon, you get 60 of the 7-star versions, along with the guaranteed amount of units, which in this case is 3,000 units immediately, plus the bonus units. So essentially, you have to subtract 100 units from this calculation, because if you were to spend $100 on just units, you get 3,100 units for $100. So here, you spent $100 to get 3,000 units instead of 3,100, but that means every unit above 100 is a bonus, and of course, this then is where RNG comes heavily into play, where you have a chance to get a lot of units or a smaller amount of units, depending on how many units they give you per crystal. And then also RNG dependent, the pieces of what could be a 7-star platinum pool. Now, how effective is that champion when you get them? Probably not effective much at all. You're probably not going to use him in battlegrounds or questing, but you're going to be thankful you have him. He's a trophy champ. So, my man, Andy J41, bought all 10. Call it for data, call it for not. He ended up getting 6 7-star platinum pool pieces, including 3 of, is it the legs? I mean, I don't want to zoom in because it always makes me really uncomfortable to zoom in on pieces of platinum pool. I feel like this is like a MCOC meets OnlyFans channel when I do that, so I'm just going to leave it zoomed out. But Andy sent the following message along with this picture, and again, I think it's really one of the kindest rebuttals I will ever get and have ever received in the 6 years I've done this. Good afternoon, Prof. Hoff. I wanted to respond to your video about the Banquet Crystal offer versus the Platinum Piggy Bank and why the bank has better value than the Crystal offer if you have the chance to purchase it twice. In past years, the offer doesn't allow you to earn points for purchasing the Crystal, just opening. This would lead to 20 crystals at 700 points to open, totaling 14,000 points, which only gets you to milestone 4 in the Banquet Solo event. If you take that same $100 and get all 10 of the piggy banks, you have your 3,000 units and 60 platinum pull crystals to earn even more units. For me, as the picture is attached and you're seeing it on screen, I earned another 1,790 units, totaling 4,790 units for $100. Rounding up to 4,800 units means I can purchase and open 16 Banquet Crystals, which would give me just short of 45,000 points for the Banquet Solo event, getting me to milestone 11. Yes, it's 4 less crystals, but the odds of something significant aren't that high. So from a Banquet milestone point of view, the piggy bank is actually a better deal to achieve more milestones. I wanted to show this and offer my data to support my findings and hope there's future videos to discuss this. Well, wouldn't you know it, bud? This video is that future video. I greatly appreciate the time you take to look at this and look forward to more videos. Congratulations on your engagement and future endeavors. Wish nothing but the best for everyone. So he put up a fairly compelling argument when it comes to the milestones specifically, along with fantastic RNG. Part of the problem of this kind of video is I don't want you to look at this if you're a Paragon or Valiant player and say, oh, well, then I need to take Andy's advice because I'm definitely going to open 1,790 more units and 6 platinum pull pieces. You could open far less units than this and, most notably, far less platinum pull pieces. But if you don't care about 7-star platinum pull, I guess that part of the argument is void. Now, I agree with him that if you're just looking to get the points for the milestones, you will see a better return for your cash. But I also think for people who just want the most out of their units for crystals themselves, as he says, you're still getting 4 less crystals, which doesn't sound like much until you break down the fact that that's 1,200 units worth of a difference. 1,200 units, which is a lot of units. That's almost $50 worth of units. So the difference in the amount of crystals you can open is $50 worth, but you do get more milestones. So it really comes down to what you value more. I think his argument is honestly fantastic, well-reasoned, and if you agree with him, I don't blame you at all. But this is a great opportunity to show a different perspective that gives people something else to think about, and that's why YouTube is so awesome. And that's why I make videos, to hear different perspectives. And when you all are respectful and you reach out to me when you disagree and you give me a different point of view, I get excited to make these videos. Honestly, as weird as it sounds, I get excited about I thought that I could be wrong, because it means that we're making the marketplace of ideas, which is kind of a higher education term, but I love using it here, into effect. And the one that has the most truth, the one that has the most data, should, in the end, prevail. Maybe that's my thought. Maybe that's Andy's. Either way, Andy, thank you for reaching out. I am thankful that this video, if you're watching this, obviously got recorded, even on vacation, and exists on my channel for a different perspective. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and Andy, thank you for reaching out and being so kind.